I am your host, FatDag. You're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at FatDag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, here we are, episode 110 of WhysAdvice. Always an honor to hang out with you. And we're just going to open the show right out of the gate with Janet out of Beaverton, Oregon. Janet writes in and says, "Hi, FatDag. Thank you for being the kick in the pants that I needed. I joined Weight Watchers in June of 2015 because, well, one, the scale was very close to tipping 200 pounds. I'm a shorty, so that's a lot. And I wanted to lose weight and learn how to eat right in a healthy way. And number two, it was free. It was through my husband's employer. I am 100% reimbursed only if I weigh in on a weekly basis. It doesn't matter if I gain or lose, I just have to be there. I earned my 5% in 4 weeks and my 10% in 11 weeks. I had a rough few months after that, but by the new year of 2016, I was back on track and had lots of success. Until about a year ago when I seemed to gain and lose the same 3 pounds. I was hovering around 150 pounds with my goal weight at 146, a normal BMI for my height. I was so angry with the plan because I felt like I was working it, but after months and months, it wasn't working for me. In February, I started eating my weekly points more regularly, and I was able to break through my plateau. I've lost 45 pounds on Weight Watchers, 51 pounds total. I made gold June 2nd after 2 years on Weight Watchers. I made lifetime on July 14th. I lost this weight pretty much on diet alone. I have not been consistently active for a long time. I used to run a lot, and I'd like to go out running again. I'm trying to work through some pains in my ankle, my knee, and my sciatica, which isn't fun. I know I'm at lifetime, but I'm still in weight loss mode. I have a personal goal to reach. I set Weight Watchers goal at the high end of my normal BMI because I've spent much of my adult life in an unhealthy range. And I just want to be normal for a change. But I know I can do more. I started listening to one of your episodes on the way to the lake on the 4th of July, and I decided I needed to start your podcast from the beginning. A lot of what you said rang so true to me. During this past year, even though I made goal, I had become very complacent. I wasn't measuring my food, I was just eyeballing it. I wasn't tracking my ketchup or other little things. I thought I was being a Weight Watcher rebel by doing that, but I was really only hurting myself in the long run. Well, I also admit that I was also probably underpointing my food when we went out to eat, which that was hurting me too. That week, I reevaluated my journey. What was I doing 2 years ago that I'm not doing now? My attitude changed back to week 1 on Weight Watchers, just like you suggested to do. I'm now tracking and measuring everything. Even though I'm at lifetime, I feel recommitted to the program and to my life. Thank you doesn't seem like a good enough gesture for all that you've helped me with, but at this time, it's all I have to give. Thank you. Good focus to you and anyone else who's hearing this. Janet out of Beaverton, Oregon. Janet, 51 pounds is amazing work. Congratulations on that. And I love the fact that you had the opportunity to get this done using an attendance goal as the model. Your husband's employer decides to reimburse you, and they only measure of success they use is what we know to be true, is that you've got to be in the game. You've got to show up. And if you show up week after week after week, you can find success. In your case, 51 pounds. So I'm glad that they offer that as an option. And and 200 pounds on your short body, I know where you felt. And it feels incredible at this point for you to be at lifetime and get it done. Now let's talk about this Weight Watcher Rebel hashtag. And I understand the mindset to it. But the thing we have to understand when we talk about Weight Watcher Rebel and not tracking ketchup and not tracking coffee creamer and all those little things, if you're liking the results you're getting by doing that, continue doing it. Absolutely. Don't make a change in that regard. But if for some reason you're being a rebel and you're not tracking and your weight's creeping up and you're not exactly happy with the number you're getting on the scale, the thing you need to know that's more true than anything is if you want to be a rebel with the tracker, you certainly can be a rebel with the tracker, but your body will always track accurately. Regardless of what you put in the tracker, if you underpoint your food, if you don't track some of your food, your body will absolutely catch up the difference, and your body keeps track of it. And what happens is, as your body tracks, the scale continues to track, and then you get in the mindset where your brain and your body conflict. Your brain feels like you've done everything properly. Your brain says, we're tracking. I put everything in. And I guessed, and I'm close enough. And so your brain, you're very, very, very proud of what you're doing because you're tracking really well, kinda. Then you get on the scale. Then your body doesn't agree with everything that you've done, and you have this conflict. And that conflict is where we then just decide to give up because the plan becomes, quote, too hard, because you're doing everything right and it's not working. When in reality, you're not doing everything right. The difference between maintaining your weight and losing weight on the Weight Watcher plan is about 6 points per day. If you're not tracking the little things, and if you're not accurately tracking, you could very easily be eating into a weight loss, in a weight maintenance mode, not in a weight loss mode. So if you're overeating by about 6 points, that's all it takes for you for their body to say, hey, we're going to maintain this weight you've given me. But your brain thinks you're trying to lose weight. And again, that's that conflict that makes us all go and get kind of crazy. So you did a perfect job of looking and saying, hey, what was I doing 2 years ago that I'm not doing now? And that piece is how you got your attitude right and you got back to where you need to be and you're recommitted at lifetime to take your life back and stay there. Now, I thank you for your email. And your last paragraph says, thank you doesn't seem good enough for the gestures for all that I've helped you with, but that's all you have to give. Well, let me just tell you something is all I ever want is for you to say thanks. And I don't even really need that. But that's as much as I ever really want is to know that you are able to get it done. And what I ask you to do is then once you get to lifetime, reach back, find someone else who you can help, and you can bring them to goal, and you can bring them to lifetime. That is the true thanks. And what I hear through the last email you sent me was that you got your husband to join too. That is amazing. So welcome to your husband. Show him the way. Clearly, he saw that you got down to your goal weight at 146 pounds. He saw the amazing journey you've had. He saw the wonderful life that you started having. He saw all the smiles that you're having, and he wanted a piece of it too. So your job now, and the way you thank me now, is we get him to goal to join you. So keep up the great work, Janet. Thank you for your email. Joe writes in and says, Dear FatDag, thank you so much for your podcast. This is my third round on Weight Watchers. I've had success in the past, but after 2 to 3 months on the program, I somehow always end up stop logging points, and then I lose focus. I believe it's because it's always been a lonely journey, and I've started in the past with my sister, or I was losing for a wedding, but when that came and went, I lost my motivation. I've been on the program for 30 days and I've lost 11.5 pounds. It's been hard, but I told myself to track every day. The biggest thing that impacts me is work travel. I have a very high-stress travel job where I'm on a plane every week visiting clients. I'm going out for client or team dinners and drinks. It gets so hard. When I'm at home, I do so well. My hubby and my family are there to support me. On the road, it's so hard because I'm in a new city and I have little control of where we go out to eat. Also, airport food sucks. Then there is wine. I also tend to work late nights with my team because I want my time back at home to be quality family time. Any suggestions or tips to us constant travelers? I love your show. I listen to it when I'm back home in the car every day. I appreciate the extra support system you've given folks. Thank you so much. Sincerely, Joe. Joe, I can sympathize with your travel. There was a period of my life where I did about 700,000 miles of air travel in about 3.5, 4 years. So I understand that part of the journey. However, during that period of time, I wasn't trying to lose weight, so I can't completely relate. But I know exactly what you say when you say you're traveling all the time. I get that. And so now I can kind of look at my journey currently, piece it to my former life, and how would I attack it now if that scenario were to pop up in my journey. What I would do is I would sit there and I would say, you know what, I have to find things that I couldn't put in my journey when you talk about restaurants. I would now look for a way to say, let me find a meal that I can probably get at just about every restaurant. A filet, a chicken breast, a salad, and some veggies, something along those lines. There's going to be some common food that you should be able to get at most any restaurant, regardless of how the menu is set up. And you can just ask for it when you get there. So you need to kind of have that in your hip pocket as an alternative or as a go-to when you don't have any control. That's probably the first thing I would do. Because your work travel is now a normal part of your life, you have to make the adjustment. You have your weeklies for that. You need to now take an inventory of your week. You need to kind of take a different step and plan the entire week out. And so the weeks that you're home, then you obviously do well there. When you know you're traveling, you need to then look at the days that you have no control over where you're going and kind of balance your week out that way. Your company clearly trusts you. Right? They're paying good money to travel and fly you all over the country because they believe what you do and the service that you provide is extremely valuable. And they clearly think that you are the best person for the job and you are very, very competent. If they believe in you so much to do all of that for you, what I'm asking you to do is believe in yourself to do this part of it. You can do this. Everywhere you go, the food is generally the same. And so you don't have to have 10 glasses of wine just because you're out with friends. Track it. Switch to water. Fight for this. This is absolutely worth fighting for. And so what's gone on and before is that you've lost weight before trying to get to a wedding or because someone convinced you that you wanted to be out there. You've got to sit down. You've got to take one step back before you get much further. And you've got to figure out why you're doing this. Why do you want to lose weight? Why did you join Weight Watchers? I want you to take some photos right now. I want you to take a photo, document this process. I want you to write down your why. Because when you join for 2 or 3 months and then you kind of give up, it's because you've lost focus along the way. You didn't see the result that you were looking for, and you've forgotten why you joined. That's generally the answer when we give up 2 or 3 months into it. So I want you to take that photo today, 2 to 3 months from now, look at it and compare the difference. You'll see a difference in the two photos. You can't see it in your mirror the same way. I want you to want this. I can't want this for you more than you want it. But I know you can do it. That's the amazing part of this. So work a plan, find a way to get it done, and let's do it. Thank you, Joe, for your email. Out of California, Adriana writes in, she says, "Hi, Mike. I've been tuning into your podcast since a week after I joined Weight Watchers in March. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've rejoined Weight Watchers over the years. I know the last time before now was 2014. I don't share my whole story very often because I'm tired of hearing people tell me that I took the easy way out. I've heard it a lot over the years, and it hurts to hear because even though I know the truth, the words and the judgment hurts. Back in 2005, I was 23 years old and 302 pounds. I have always struggled with my weight and dealt with a lot of bullying as a kid. I had gastric bypass surgery. I know it's extreme. It was not the easy way to weight loss. Well, yes, I lost 130 pounds in less than a year, but I had so many complications. I was in and out of the hospital for over 6 months that first year. I never dealt with the issues that led me to become morbidly obese. I try not to regret my decision to have the surgery and to go through all the pain. It is a daily struggle not to feel like a failure. Fast forward 12 years later, and I had become complacent. I never dealt with the psychology part of weight loss. I regained almost all of my weight back, my stomach pouch has stretched back to normal size, and I weighed in at the meeting room at 281 pounds in March. I was devastated. My why is absolutely my health, and my family history has me predisposed to many weight-related diseases. I realized that I needed to do things differently this time, and it was not only about the food, but about my mindset. I am so thankful to you and all of my Connect pals for the support, the motivation, and the inspiration. Staying connected, honest, and accountable is how I've lost over 50 pounds so far. I have 86 to go to goal, but I know I will do it. I have zero doubt. I have never believed in myself the way that I do now, and I celebrate every single victory, scale and non-scale related. I focus every single day on my why now, and it has been a game changer for me. Thank you for all that you do and for being my wingman, Adriana out of California. Adriana, thank you so much for sharing that story, because there's someone listening right now that has these exact feelings and they don't know how to put them on paper. And the strength that you showed by putting them in paper, putting it down and having it read on the air is absolutely incredible. You don't know how many people you just helped by sharing your story. I don't believe for a second that you took the easy way out. I don't believe for a second that you did that. And so what I firmly believe is that you got to a point where you looked at all the options and you made the best choice you could make at the exact time when the decision had to be made. That's what you did. And I'm proud of you for doing it, because you very easily could have done nothing at that point in time. But you chose something and you went forward and you got it done. I agree with you. Words and judgment hurts. I see it often. And just like you, I know the truth. And so we have to focus on the things that we know to be true, and we have to kind of shed the rest of it. Judgment and from people who don't know is meaningless. You know exactly what you went through. You know every single detail of your life, and you're the only one who was qualified to make that decision. I'm proud of you for making it. The part of your email that kind of got me a little bit upset was when it says that you said it's extreme. I can hear in your own voice that you kind of are playing into their mind. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be proud of what you've done. I want you to say, yeah, I had gastric bypass. You're dang right I did. And it saved my life at the time. And now I'm continuing to work on saving my life again. And I will continue to do that for the rest of my life. I do not want you to regret this decision at all. I get that everything you've gone through is painful, and I get that it's a daily struggle for you not to feel like a failure. Clearly, you're not a failure. You're continuing to do well. You're absolutely, just like every single person on Connect, you're still learning how to manage this, right? I'm still learning how to work the program. Daily, I learn something new that I apply to this journey. And if someone is on Connect that said they're not still learning, well, then they're just defeating the whole purpose of their journey by you have to continue to learn. So that's all you're doing. You're not a failure because you didn't quit. And therefore, you're still learning and you're getting it done. Now, you walked into the meeting room back at 281 pounds in March. Congratulations. Congratulations on doing that, because when you walked in there, that had to be extremely difficult. The strength that you showed to walk in there, knowing that you weren't, down 130 pounds, but you walked in anyways, and you got a number on the scale and you said, I'm done. I know I can do it. I have zero doubt that I can get this done. You walked in there. That's amazing strength. And I'm telling you again, right now. There's somebody who is potentially considering joining or not considering joining, and this email right there will push them into a meeting room and they will get it done. Because you decided to show the world what strength looks like and what victory looks like. And for that, I could not be more proud of you. Nicole writes in and says, Dear FatDag, as of my last weigh-in, I'm officially down 115 pounds. I've been on the program for the past 15 months. I have 14 pounds to my goal weight. Well, and a couple months ago, I found out that I'm pregnant. I'm due around Valentine's Day and officially in my second trimester. I see many women on Connect who post pictures of their pregnancy test with a caption of, well, I guess I'll be taking a break from Weight Watchers, or see you in 9 months. And some of the comments are supportive of the choice to abandon the program. I've even seen some comments along the lines of, yes, go indulge, this is the time. I personally do not have any plans to abandon the Weight Watcher lifestyle. I've been there, I've done that. When my husband and I discussed having a second child, one of his questions for me was whether I really wanted to stop my weight loss journey and then have to re-lose a bunch of weight, given that I'm literally in the best shape of my life. Thanks to Weight Watchers, my answer was so easy and came up so quickly, and it felt so right. I know I can lose weight after childbirth this time. I know now how to eat responsibly. I know how to keep active, and I will continue to use those tools throughout my pregnancy and beyond. But what's more important is, for the first time in my entire life, I now know I am capable and worthy of being at a healthy weight and a fit person. I want to encourage anyone listening that if I can do it, they can too. I know people hear that all the time. I heard it my entire life too. To share a little bit about my journey, I had been overweight my entire life. I struggled as a child in the middle school when I was taller and bigger than all the boys, and I even went to fat camp. It was after my freshman year of high school. I kept gaining as a teen, kept gaining in college and well into my 20s, and it clicked for me finally last year at 32. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was achy and I was ashamed. My daughter was almost 2, and if you can even believe it, I was 20 pounds heavier than when I was 9 months pregnant. And at 5'10", my weight topped out at 302 pounds. At that time, I started hearing the new Weight Watcher commercial mantra of, if not now, then when? And that was my aha moment, because I discovered my true why. I wanted to realize my potential for the first time in my life. I also wanted my daughter to see balanced nutrition and regular, moderate exercise as the norm. And the rest is literally history. 15 months later, several 5Ks, 10Ks, 115 pounds later, I am the best version of myself. And I will continue my journey because I don't plan on reverting to old habits. I'll be carrying the Weight Watcher tools and principles with me throughout my pregnancy. My doctor has given me the okay to continue Weight Watchers, but in a maintenance mode, and to continue focusing on balanced nutrition and regular exercise with a goal of gaining around 25 pounds. I'm grateful for the Connect community and appreciate your podcast. I'll be staying connected during the remainder of these 9 months and beyond. Thanks for being you, Nicole. Nicole, congratulations. You have a lot to celebrate in this one email. And let's start with first is the fact that you're expecting in Valentine's Day. What a cool gift to your family. That is going to be an amazing day for you guys. And the fact that you can celebrate it free from this mindset of this weight loss journey is absolutely incredible. So congratulations there. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm proud to see that you've checked in with your doc and letting your doctor know exactly what your mind is, and you and your doctor have formulated a plan. That is key. So thank you for doing that. Yeah, the part that I really, really loved is that you don't have any plans to abandon the Weight Watcher lifestyle. Eating healthy and being fit is more important now than it has ever been in your entire life. You've got to take care of your entire family to include your beautiful unborn baby at this point. So eating healthy has always been the goal. More so now, so you're going to do an amazing job with that. And the fact that you are literally in the best shape of your life is a testament to the fact that you've completely changed your life by living a complete healthy and eating well, mindful lifestyle. Now, when you talk about the part of this journey that I thought was the most amazing was you decided consciously that obviously, you're going to have a weight gain during this, but the confidence that you showed during your email saying that I know that I can lose weight, I know now that I'm capable and worthy of being a healthy and fit person, that is powerful. Very, very powerful. And that's how I choose to find balance as well. I'm completely confident that no matter what happens day to day, week to week, month to month, I have the ability and my daily habits, my healthy lifestyle will carry me over. It's exactly what you're doing. Now, the cliche of if you can do it, then anyone can do it, I agree with you. I'm just a regular guy who figured this out. There is absolutely nothing special about me. I went from eating Doritos, pizza, and wings and Pepsi to saying I just want to be healthy, and that doesn't work for me. I didn't do anything crazy. So as like you, if I can do it and if you can do it, anybody listening can get it done. Finally, as I emailed you tonight and let you know that you're going to be on the show, I saw that you posted on Connect, and I kind of Connect stalked you for a little bit, and not even for a second would I have ever guessed that you weighed 302 pounds. You look absolutely amazing. Folks, if you go out and check out Nicole's photo on Connect, it is absolutely beautiful. She is an amazing role model for her family. Her daughter is going to grow up knowing that what balanced nutrition looks like, knowing what regular exercise looks like. And that is going to be the normal in that family. She completely changed the entire history of her life. Nicole, I'm grateful for you for writing in your email. Congratulations to you, and keep us posted. And we'll follow you on Connect. That's the beautiful part. What an amazing set of emails tonight is. Lots of celebrations, lots of people who are really figuring out that what we have to do is we have to just take control of our life. We have to make mindful decisions. Every opportunity we have to figure out, do we want to be healthy or not? It sounds kind of cliche as well. This is not a weight loss journey. This is a journey of being fit. This is a journey of being healthy. And this is a journey of eating properly and learning how to do all that. For many of us, we were never taught that. We had to kind of figure it out on our own, and it took us a long time to figure it out. And when we get there and we make goal and we get lifetime and we're down hundreds of pounds, it's time to celebrate. And I want to know what it is that you're celebrating, and I want you to share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com, click on Listen Now, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. The reason I want you to email in is because somewhere right now, someone's listening and saying, aha, I get it. And it's the courage of your email that continues to grow this show. And that is how we make changes together. Well, that is going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus.